All right, Queen Medina. I eternal son of love. Harmonic Nine, Universal Seven. you you the first one this time. All right, Queen Medina. Luke Cage. 793rd. I'm sharing this on my page right here, on my Facebook and my Twitter. Hit the like button on the way in. And share this on your Facebook and your Twitter. Um, right now, Logic. I don't know. I gotta check and see why it's private. I ain't even look at it. You're the second person that mentioned it. But Luke Cage, yeah, right now I'm using Logic. It's the 120. Genus germ. So that said that's the fact that's offending. Must be some DC slang. Said all the way live, ain't talking of job ain't talking of job interorientation was made to cause much anguish, kickback in the Drake Darkim speak our language. So yeah. What's going on my Facebook? Why I can't put it over there? So who else we got in here? Who else we got in here with us tonight? Universal Settings and understanding is what we get when we follow the order of supreme mathematics. Knowledge plus wisdom bring forth a greater understanding, which is a clear mental picture to see things for what they are and not what they appear to be. Use our eyesight to see with insight. Goes the other way too. Sometimes you gotta use your eyesight, your insight, to know what you're seeing with your eyesight. To even know where to look, you gotta use your insight, which is the science of understanding the cipher. So you know, you got what you can see with the naked eye. And then you got what you can see with the telescope, right, from far away. And then you got what you can see with a microscope. And each one of them give you a different perspective. You see what I'm saying? You can see things with hindsight, or you can see things with foresight. So a lot of people can do what they call Monday morning quarterback. You see, not everybody can see ahead. But see, like you said, if you're dealing with knowledge and wisdom, and uh, and you paid attention, to the repetition, right, of different ways uh, that positive and negative interact, and what's the outcomes of them, then you at the highest level of gaining understanding. Because then you at the level where you can learn, right, from the knowledge and wisdom. See, nobody even has to make the mistake of making the devil. I'm not saying the devil was made by mistake, but I'm saying that, you know, in your own endeavors. See, sometimes, you know, in certain things, you gotta do what's wrong in order to know what's right. There's some things that is like that. But with most things, if you can observe the mistakes that other people made, then you're able to have foresight because you can look at the knowledge and wisdom, because look, it's not just the mistakes that people made, it's also when people did the right thing. When people did what they were supposed to do, you see how they got the best part. You see what I'm saying? And right now, we can look at a person right now that we knew in high school or something. And we could say, okay, is the person successful or unsuccessful? When we look back, we could, for the most part, we're not going to be surprised. When we look back at the foundation of, what they was doing and who they was when we first met them. And if you know somebody who was very studious, you know what I'm saying, when you was in school, and you see them now, they, working at, some corporate place, or they're a doctor or a lawyer or something. You're not gonna be surprised. It's like if they tell you, you know, any negative outcome, for the most part, you're not gonna be surprised. But in our way, when we develop that type of power, then we're able to have foresight. Then when we develop our creative power, right? That's when you really have foresight. Have the words from it. Because then you're able to have a clear mental picture in your mind of something that you're gonna bring into existence that the world can't see with the naked eye yet. Because you haven't even taken this idea to born and formulated it yet. See, when you're doing something like that, that's when you'll see that, okay, it's only certain people that you can speak to. They got the kind of foresight that they can see what you building, and perhaps even be of some assistance to you in building. But that's how you got to deal with, having understanding. You got to look at these things inside out. You got to look at the top from the bottom and look at the bottom from the top. Yeah, look at the front from the back and the back from the front. So you don't want to leave nothing, in the shadows. Understanding means see. How you gonna see if there's no light? Everybody's still here with me in terms of understanding the cipher. Anyone? Anyone? Pure? Reveal. But when we look at today's degree in 136, when we look at today's degree in 136, right? That degree it tells me when I look at it from all the angles. I was waiting to see if I had any questions, but I guess I don't. Uh, uh, in 136, it's telling you that they never understood the cipher. When it says the trader made an inter-orientation that they received more gold, right? They never understood that cipher that they had. They never understood the cipher of what the trading post was, you know what I'm saying, what the communication with the trader was. They never understood that cipher. Yes, I Charles said because if the first part of your statement didn't come through. Yeah, Bill said they put the wisdom before the knowledge. Indeed, you know what I'm saying? Because these things that was being said was already things that we already knew as the original people. That we had already chosen for ourselves the best part. So for somebody to come and say, uh, for somebody to come and say there's more gold someplace else, and then you go along with that, they never understood the cipher that that they was dealing with at the trading post or with the trader. You see, that's what that's part of what is going on out here right now. With all the people. Like, that's one thing about 2020. You know, it's all the people. Not all the people as in it's all the human families. Not all the people as in all the population. But you got uh, black people, white people, young people, uh, you know, people in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Is protesting things that is happening right here in America. You know what I'm saying? You say, could that be because where they was at, they stopped teaching? You talking about? I mean, yeah, I remember. Uh, you know, tribalism was at its strongest. Yeah, see what you put right there, as well as separation within. Yeah, see, tribalism was at its strongest. You know what I'm saying? You know, at that time, uh, there was definitely empires at that time, but in terms of you know, once Egypt fell, uh, and the rest of the uh, Sahara Desert dried out. Um, they it's what the God degree says. They strayed away from civilization. You know what I'm saying? And they was locked in on their tribalism and tribal wars and tribal rituals and things of that nature. So you don't see as much building. I mean, because these are the same people that built all of the great stuff. These are the people that built all of the great stuff that we see over there, that we see all around the planet. But it came a point where through that tribalism, they stopped uh, being at the forefront of creativity and knowledge. Christopher Gooden, Alejandro Alejandro Romero. Alejandro Romero he's on Facebook. So y'all know how Facebook gets. Um, what's going on with you today, Alejandro? Genius Journal said that understand the take 9 months or so to develop. Even then, the child isn't considered an adult until 18. Premature birth is the birth of a baby at fewer than 37 weeks, as opposed to the usual 39 to 40 weeks. You see, You know, there's such a thing as that. Even with ideas. Alejandro, man, you got to cut it out. But yeah, even with ideas, it's such a thing as premature. You know what I'm saying? When you try to implement things too early, you know what I'm saying? Like you try to implement things before the knowledge and wisdom is even developed. See, like when you see all of the stages that Yakub went through, right? Before it got to tell us what and how the devil was made. And you go from wisdom knowledge, right, of who's the founder, all the way uh, to 30th, and then you get to tell us what and how the devil was made. Remember the wisdom build degree, you know, it it tells you what the first rules was. The first rules, laws, and regulations. That's what everybody was supposed to do. But in the 30th degree, it tells you what and how. And see, that's what I'm saying. That right there is a little bit of when you study in these degrees, right? You know, that's one that's very important right there. Where if you understand what and how, right, the devil is made, now you don't have to make the devil in order to you know, understand the cipher of what you built. What you said, Yakub have knowledge but only gave the wisdom? No, Yakub had knowledge and wisdom. He did what he was supposed to do, you know, but he you know, he was able to reverse the laws on Patmos. Like in that controlled environment, right? He was able to base something physically, right? Within a controlled environment, he was able to base something base something physically on wisdom knowledge. But that's why it's limited because it's without the knowledge being first, it's not going to be infinite. You righteous? Um, yeah, Genius Germ, timing timing can be everything. See, time is infinite. The timing has to be exact. See, because you know, is certain things, right? called opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? So say like, you know, you have children, right? You know, timing, time is infinite, but timing, you know what I'm saying? Uh, how long you got to teach them certain things. You know what I'm saying? How long you got to, you know, even be around them where both of y'all is, you know, uh, healthy and strong. See, that's timing. Time is infinite. Because as long as things is in activation, there'll be uh, as long as things is in activation, there'll be a measurement of it. Alejandro, what is wrong with you? First of all, Alejandro, hit the like button. That'll keep you from talking crazy for a minute. James Jarvis says success is where preparation and opportunity meet. Bobby answered. Who's Bobby answered? I mean, I know he's the person that the quote is from, but I'm saying, who is he? All right, there we go, there we go. Alejandro, you displaying a small amount of sense now. Nah, what you mean? Obama. You know, Obama. I don't want nothing to do with Obama. This is Gina's turn from Kobe Bryant. Everything negative, pressure, challenges, all an opportunity for me to rise. Yeah, but I mean, especially with him, like uh, right now, you know what I'm saying? Like after the events, with him, uh, passing away and all that, it definitely shows you. You know what I mean? His daughter too. His daughter loved basketball. You know, but the timing. You know what I'm saying? That he got a chance to live his dream and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And go down as one of the greatest and all of that. It just goes to show you how important timing is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to keep being basketball. It's going to keep being great players and all of that. You understand what I mean? But timing is related to your own good time. So in his own good time, he built, uh, he built some mental energy that's going to be lasting. Is this Alejandro Borat the movie? I haven't seen Borat the movie. I heard a little bit about it. Bobby Unser is a former race car driver and uncle of Al Unser Jr. All right, yeah, I recall Al Unser Jr. So there's Bobby Unser. I always thought that was some Asian. I always thought that was some Asian ancient wisdom. Bobby Unser, huh? I'm a race car driver myself, but I'm getting back to what I was saying though, in terms of you know, people that never understood the cipher, people that's in the midst, right, and don't know what and how the devil was made. Remember what is a is full stop. You know what I'm saying? You know, was the devil made a red man with a tail that lived under the ground? You know what I'm saying? No, after this, following this process for 600 years, he was made weak. He was no more original. And also about the original blood, he was made uh, weak and wicked. He was no more the same. That's the what. It's not, the what is not the man with the horns and the tail and the pitchfork, uh, with the red makeup on. That's You see, you gotta understand that cipher. You gotta understand what happened right then, right? To now know, like I said, all these characters, how you gonna recognize the people, right? That's gonna betray you in the principles of reality. The people that's going to tell lies, steal, and try to master the original man. See, you can wait until after and then be standing there with nobody speaking your language. And you're just someone else, when you're just someone else who is stunned. That freedom is the deal. So right now, you know, uh, in the way I see things, right? Bringing it up to date because that's uh, in terms of what's going on right now, right? Uh, uh, you know, we got a decision, right? In terms of we got a decision in terms of the election. right? Now, how do we know which one of them is the devil? Because see, they even, that's the way they describe it. Somebody's got to be the lesser of two evils. So how we know which one is the devil? How we how we figure that out? Which one is the devil? Do we understand the cipher right now of this particular trading post that they call the pole station? Hey, Bill, where you getting this stuff from, man? You getting this stuff from uh Choke No Joke? And shout out to Choke No Joke, man. But still, where you getting this stuff from, Bill? Kendall Rowling, peace. Genius John, right? They both devils. Kendall Rowland said both. One is the devil that we can see, and the other is the devil that we can't see. Well, is with the naked eye. And don't forget you got the naked ear too. You see, there's things that the naked ear can't detect. They see is uh for instance, you ever seen like people from a foreign country, right? Listening to hip hop and they don't speak no English, but they listening to hip hop, right? And they dancing to the song, and they moving around, they kind of acting out a scene to the song or whatever. You ever notice that they always got the right scene? If you don't ever see them jumping around doing a happy dance, the MOP or something, Mob Deep, you don't see them doing it. But then if you see like Michael Jackson on, then you would see them jumping around doing a happy dance. See, that's because it's other things that exist in that sound, that they can hear the emotion. You can tell, all right, yeah, this right here, this is something for the hardcore right here. You know, this thing over here, this is a little more lighthearted. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just one level. Be righteous, say good cop, bad cop. Kendall Rowland said Donald Trump is in front of us naked. term back masking. Right, talking about when you got too many sounds in the same frequencies. Oh man, is Amina still coming on? Amina, uh, she still come on, Emret? Shout out to Emret and Amina. Playing the vinyl in reverse. Now, only thing I know about that is back in the days, they were saying that like some rock and roll records. I know one of the Beatles records, and a couple other records. They were saying that if you play them backwards, uh, like they was talking to the devil, or was the devil talking, or something. Uh, but this is going back. But that was a rumor that if you played a rock and roll record backwards, that it was devil worship on it or something. Something I can't recall. But it wasn't something that I paid attention to. Like Led Zeppelin record too. Luke Cage said that might be, but they both be devil. Yeah, I mean, you know, we in this situation because, as a people, you know what I'm saying? We never understood the cipher. They said that about Prince when doves cried too. I didn't know Prince was in that too. Regina Strong got another quote here from Albert Camus. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. But yeah, we left with this, this very limited choice right here because we never understood the cipher. You know what I'm saying? Are they saying that about new music right now, reveal? That if you play it backwards? I mean, because they don't even have wax like that now. So how would you play it backwards? But understanding the cipher, you know, people, we, as a people, we didn't understand the cipher but we don't understand the cipher of what politics is about. See, because for the people who understand it, right, it is going to make a difference. For the people who understand what politics is about, I'm saying, they wouldn't put, millions of dollars into the campaigns, right? If, uh, they didn't have a particular outcome in mind. You don't get, to that level of currency just making moves for no reason. What happened to did Puffy ever explain why he didn't do his party? His political party, I'm saying? I just heard he backed off, but I didn't hear why. And I noticed something with I seen something else with Ice Cube where he felt like the Democrats was doing something. They was he wanted them to release the transcript of him speaking with them or something. Is anybody in tune with that? Mm-hmm. Let's see. That's Luke Cage said they playing 3 card Molly. They're both showing you a different card. He said they playing 3 card Molly. They both showing you a different card, but the end result is the same. We're not getting anything. Well, that's what it seemed like he was saying. From what I read, I had read an article, and he seemed to be saying that he wants them to release the transcripts. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then yeah, they really trying to somehow do Ice Cube dirty. It would appear. You know what I'm saying? By trying to destroy his image by making it look like he's politicking with by making it look like he's politicking with Trump, when in reality, he stepped to all of them. Bill said, I wonder why they don't explain the electoral college to voters. I mean, actually, uh, I think their point of view on it, right, is that we explained it to you, in like elementary, junior high school. But that's one of those subjects, that's one of those, topics that when, you in social studies class, that's like one of those wah, 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 wah kind of topics where, you don't recall it. You understand what I'm saying? But, I recall learning about the electoral college back then. Um, the whole significance of it, of course, the whole significance of it, of course, you know what I'm saying, uh, has become more evident to the world in the last I guess 20 years since George Bush got elected the first time, where you had the hanging chads, and apparently he had lost the popular vote or whatever, and this is not the first time it happened in the history of America, but in recent times, it came to that point. Reveal said my ear was open shit out in class. That's why I never voted. I mean, the like I said, the real people that was originally meant to be responsible. They was meant to be the people's direct representative in the government, is the Congress. Up until about 1910, the senators was selected by they was voted on by the state legislatures. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes appointed by the governor. Of course, some governors, they had so much power over the state that they were still able to, appoint whoever. But the people who's supposed to be directly the representative of the people is the U.S. representatives. And those other two levels, the senators and the president, right, and the Supreme Court, right, is there as the representatives of the rich people. Like that's the layers that's in there that represent the private property and the corporations, et cetera, et cetera. So you see, you can kind of see that difference in terms of when you're looking at the different politicians that you see, whether they um, representatives or senators, you know what I'm saying, whether they people that uh, they've been around a couple of years or they've been around for a whole lot of years, how much they've advanced. Congress Romney said the reason is because without the Electoral College, Cali and New York would pick the president every time. Now that's the reason that they teach you in school. That is to protect the smaller states. That's what the senators is also supposed to be, to protect the smaller states. Because in the Congress, everybody get two. I mean, in the Senate, everybody get two senators, regardless of the population. Whereas the representatives, the bigger the state, the more population of the state, the more representatives they have. You see what I'm saying? But it really comes down to representative democracy, uh, 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 a democratic republic, right, and a democracy. See, in a democracy, right, we could just make a list of all the people that we don't like. Or we could just say, something, Jeff Bezos, you got 190 billion. Look, 90 billion is enough. That's, you caked up. What we're going to do, we're going to take this 100 billion and we're going to feed the poor. See, we could do that in an absolute democracy. Be righteous, they wouldn't even get 10 words out for the whole debate if they did that. Ah, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if they'll go for that one. But like I said, that's the difference between an absolute democracy and a democratic republic. You know what I'm saying? That just like they initially came to the like they'll throw that up now, as the difference between the left and the right. One of the main differences, corporations are people. You know what I'm saying? The corporate interest has always, the corporate interest, and when you're dealing with, when you're dealing with the industrial revolution, right? Then one of the prerequisites of that is private property, right? So, uh, that's always been a factor in terms of what the government has to represent. because even when you're dealing with states, the 13 colonies was all they was business propositions. Like individuals got a charter from the king to come and extract out of that land whatever they can get. The back is speaks, Almighty God Allah. So that's one house member for every 700,000 people. But each colony was already a business proposition. You know what I'm saying? There was a charter for whichever person it was, right, to extract whatever he could out of the land, right, and then you had to cut the king a slice. Like it was certain other people, doing their little thing, but at the end of the day, everybody had to kick something to the king in order to be in business. Why is nobody talking about Halloween? You might see some shifting around on that too. Didn't they just take the census this year? They took the census this year. You're gonna have some places like New York. New York probably lose. New York might lose a couple seats. Why, son? Yeah, which West Coast wise? Yeah, right now, man, you never know. New York probably lose some what's the names. New York City, that is. Because I understand that candy will add cavities to the teeth. That pain is clearly not what I want. Yeah, absolutely. See, me, I never really liked Halloween like that. People, I didn't like. For one thing, I was always figured, like, the people in my house, right? Whether it's, great grandmother, my mother, whoever, right? They go out and get all this candy. And then I'm supposed to go outside. I got candy right here. I'm going outside to knock on strange people's doors for. I got candy right here. Okay, I just eat this candy that you bought right here. And then, you know, right when I was growing up was right when Halloween started changing. The world just started changing in general, like uh, the amount of sickos or something. You know what I'm saying? Where you started hearing stories of all different types of stuff being put. Some of them they said it was hoaxes. You know what I'm saying? But you just started hearing, stories of people giving kids all types of, crazy, drugging candy and putting, razor blades and stuff in candy. Uh, so that was another thing that made me not really, I wasn't really feeling, like, see, I used to like, see Easter, uh, you know, not just because I'm Christ. I used to like Easter because you get to boil eggs, you know, not even saying you get to boil them as you get to make them. I'm saying you get boiled eggs. It's like the reward for you. So I liked I liked Easter. I didn't like Halloween. You know what I mean? Get a new popping suit. Get a new popping suit. Some other clothes. Easter was cool. Yeah, the costumes. I didn't really like the costumes much. I thought that was kind of stupid. I trying to say killer clowns. Yeah, that's like a little bit after I was a kid, but yeah, that was another progression of well, not actually. What am I talking about? Yeah, you had John Wayne Gacy back then. He was a killer clown. So yeah, but yeah, as that stuff started happening, this is kind of break down Halloween. What you mean, like you mean like how the wordsmith, you need the wordsmith's definition of Halloween. Kenny Rogers said nowadays if you go trick or treating, they might put COVID in your bag. I mean, yeah, I guess yeah, that does kind of ruin it. Smart good said, as a teen, Halloween gave me a place to shield my destructive powers, aka make believe wizards. And wait, never mind. Well, by the time I got to be a teenager, uh, Halloween was like a night of mischief where, it was just rampant. See how the wordsmith is? Now he said, if I'm not mistaken, Halloween is a Celtic holiday from way back. Now you want to go with the dictionary. I see the vacation must have wore off. The vacation must have wore off. Well, we used to wild out on Halloween. Egg fights. Yeah, egg fights. Got a lot of you happiness. But you're right in terms of Halloween uh, being uh, in in it's an ancient pagan holiday. It's one of those holidays that they kind of had to pull into the Christian world because so many people already believed in it. So that was one of the ways how they got everybody to believe in Christianity is by pulling in elements of things that everybody already believed in. You know what I'm saying? And amongst those things was a lot of these holidays. Um, you know, even Christmas. Yeah, I knew dudes that to me was always foul. Snatching a little kid's bag of candy. Never that was always stupid to me. See, that's one of the things that we was talking about, uh, understanding our cipher, our environment that we in, that's one of those traumas. You know what I'm saying? One of those traumas that uh, you know, create the kind of warriors without guidance that we see a lot in our community. take advantage, when you take advantage of little kids, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's taking candy from a baby at that point. You know what I'm saying? But what you creating, you know, you might hope you know they never catch back up to you. While you happiness and many don't know that Christianity is the Halloween, but they both worship and celebrate death. Absolutely do. Valentine's Day, yeah, that's another pagan pagan holiday of you know, a lot of these is people, you know, I think Saint Patrick I think was a real person. I don't know what he did, but you know, yeah, Saint Valentine, these different people, they represent, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times they characters that's put in there to represent um uh you know, other deities, that's the word. You know what I'm saying? Like if they come amongst the people, like say even the Virgin Mary, see the people that was you know, worshiping at the oracles and stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? When you went to the oracles, it was the women that was in there that was giving the wisdom. So uh, you got the Virgin Mary. You know, because it's crazy. Man. So wordsmiths said they put these holidays close to each other for a reason. What you mean? Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas? Allow you happiness. Pointed out that Valentine's Day also, uh, you know, the symbol of Valentine's Day is an arrow through the heart, which is also death. Khalid Asil, what you said, AJ? You said it's the time to bring the money in. Peter Wright just said a lot of holidays be close to ring time. We come on pretty often, Khalid. But has anybody heard? That's one thing that I liked about, or one of many things I liked about Ice Cube's plan, right? Is that uh, you know it don't necessarily, uh, it's not just necessarily like an election thing. You know what I'm saying? Where the plan is good until November 3rd, and then it's out the window. There's nothing that you can do with it. You understand what I'm saying? You know, um, has anybody um, heard like what's the plans on either side? If we don't have a dog in the fight, so I'm saying we're not going to shed a tear. You know what I'm saying? Or lose any sleep. But what's going to happen if Trump wins, and what's going to happen if Biden wins? I'm saying in terms of you know the agenda, in terms of freedom, justice, and equality for original people. You know what I'm saying? Is the idea, because I mean the way some people is acting right now, you're dealing with a situation where, Trump might win, Trump might win and they surround the White House. I'm not suggesting they do that, but I'm saying just the way the tension is right now. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge of law 120. Say that 120 knowledge of law. But and the same thing could happen if Trump wins. You know, uh, has anyone heard an original person besides Ice Cube say, okay, on November 4th, right? This is what we're gonna do if this happens. This is what we're gonna do if that happens. Because that's how you got to do if you understand that cipher. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? I Turner said empty promises. Wait, what's this you say here? First, you said these holidays keep the stores packed with consumers. Definitely. And you said Christmas is really Saturnalia. So that would make it, what kind of word is Saturnalia? first off the top of my head, I would think that like the Viking Saturday. You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said, man. Do we really understand the level of do we really understand the cipher as it pertains to politics? See, because I eternal saying, I say, what happens, either way, no matter who wins, you know what I'm saying, what's our plans for, what kind of lobbying efforts or whatever it might be. Or is everybody living so vicariously through Biden that tomorrow there'll just be people saying, we did it. That's what people was doing when Obama got elected. Everybody was just walking around. And you just pass somebody on the street and they just be saying, yes, we can. Saturnalia was a holiday celebrated in the Roman Empire. She said some of there should be a countdown going for those seeking the governance of the mint to agree to address issues presented. Um, I mean, that's kind of the whole point. I just don't, perhaps that's what it was too. Another thing I would add on is, you know, there was no formal stick. Right? Original people also clapped and celebrated when OJ got acquitted, saying we did it as well. Yeah, we live to, um, you know, vicariously through, one or two people. When and it doesn't benefit the whole. I'm not saying that everything that everybody does has to benefit the whole, but I'm just saying, uh, we can be happy for that person without thinking that we did it. Now, there's a lot said. I would say this about the election so far. They are really, they're getting really spooky with a lot of good stuff that they're putting out on TV. What they put out on there, I'm mostly been just watching the news myself. Will Smith said in astrology, Saturn is said to rule the Capricorn constellation. So at winter solstice around December 22nd, they started Saturnalia. I did know it was a solstice. I didn't know it was a solstice celebration. Don Bishop. Saturn is 886 million miles away from the sun. Now, as last said, the commercials they're putting out with black folks on there saying that they are voting for Trump because he got their jobs when they were homeless, sleeping in cars and such. Yeah, I haven't seen that. You know, they got to pull out all the stops. You know, for us, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, a lot of it. You know, because it's one of the things where, you know, from our perspective, right? Uh, you know, we can study 35 to 50 years to be a part of their world, and they'll kill you just as quick as they would any other. It ain't the same. They study 35 to 50 years to try to learn how to be in our world. You know what I'm saying? Then we wouldn't kill them as quick as we would other than. You know. So for us, it's you know, but for them, you know what I'm saying, within there, you know, you gotta remember, you know, they gotta keep each other from slipping up. That's what they gotta do. They gotta keep the secret. They gotta make sure the secret's kept. And Justice Formula in D13. This is the brother from Poland right here. Uh, he always changing his name. I didn't even see West Coast Wise. Um, so you know the bottom line, which I've been repeating it, I guess, the whole time. But now is the, you know, now is the time to think about whatever's the next phase. Not to you know, get ahead of yourself, and like we said, try to make the understanding born prematurely. Try to make the wisdom born actually premature. You know, you try to make the wisdom born understanding prematurely, you know, it's not going to work. All right, there goes the real wordsmith just showed up. Politics in holy days. Kendall Rowland said, I'm not a Trump fan, but I think Trump hates Obama so much that he wants to be able to say that he did more for black people than Obama did. Now, in my estimation, you know what I'm saying, the way I look at things, we need to take advantage of that. This year they're gonna have a lot of well, I don't know, but I think it's gonna be a little bit of drama with the vote. Might have another situation like 2000 with George Bush and Al Gore. Where's what's the brother's name? Divine Divine Knowledge. He never came back. That was an interesting night when Divine Knowledge was going in. 793rd said it's already on record that among the so-called accomplishments of his campaign was stopping and ending the coronavirus. That's what he called it. That's what that's what he called what happened. Stopping it. Hey, what you said, you was watching the news and the devils are happy that it's going to be a full moon on their little Halloween night. Yeah, that's it. If he's saying he stopped the coronavirus, he's wild. Man, listen, he had a lot of examples, but then it was just, he had to take you back to, when his grandparents met in order to tell every story. Um, the two things with that is, first of all, just the timing, where like, yo, you telling this long story, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, we might want to talk about other things than, you taking us all the way back to the Roman Empire for, every aspect of the story that you tell. You know what I'm saying? And then I said two things, but really three things, because the second thing is, you're a little bit, I don't want to say insulting intelligence, you know what I'm saying? But, you are kind of assuming that people don't know the basics. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things, uh, you trying to, you know, break down for brothers. Like, what makes you think brothers don't know that? You know what I'm saying? Um, and then the third thing is, you know, you, you answer a question, right? And you talking so long that you forget what the question was. See? And then the danger with that is, you talking so long that the person that asked you the question forget what they asked you. You know, maybe that's the tactic. God said, because the Father said, did you hear they found water on the moon, not on the dark side, born you truth, the sunlit side. And I'm pretty sure that was Obama. And the Rolling said, I think they started the Corona thing. The what was the name we had? Wordsmith, or is it D. Christian? See, when we're talking about like this, we gotta say magazines. We can't say the real name. But Kendall Rhodes said, I think they started selling magazines to sabotage whatever Trump is doing for the economy. Um, yeah, I don't know why they did. I just know it's here. You know what I'm saying? And I know I have survived it thus far by being healthy, strong, and good breathing. AJ Mathematics said the brother said he put the knowledge down from the early 80s all the way into wisdom, cycle, knowledge, culture. How does that work? Uh, you know, uh, you know that happens when you know you like in a limbo state. VCR, you can't tell us about the goat. You can't speak on the cane. But that's when you like in a limbo kind of spot where you was exposed to the truth. You know what I'm saying? When you was dealing with whatever it is, you was vibrating in unison with it. But you never really pursued it. It could be a lot of things could be like that. But in particular with this, it's like, yeah, he came in tune with it, you know, studied the lessons, probably, walk with some people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it still was just on him. It wasn't in him. You understand what I'm saying? And then when it was time, you know, and it came from within him, then, you know, or, maybe I ain't sure how the story went down. Maybe he ran into somebody, because I seen that happen too, where, you run into somebody and you snap them out of it. Like they pretty much was rocked back to sleep for a period of time. Like it's people that you can see the look on their face. Like it's a look on their face, right? If you be around long enough, right? And you go through enough things with enough people. It's a look that a person has on their face, right? That says, I haven't studied my lessons. Like, I haven't the last time I thought about supreme mathematics was the last time I seen you. There's a look that people have on their face that says that. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes that might be what it takes to respark whatever is in you to come out. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying the other day though, the reality is a lot of times you get caught up in different ciphers, you get caught up in ciphers where everything is not going right, but that's because it was something in you, right? That it was something in you that was attracted to that. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you deal with uh you know, the Lord say you're here to get the good doers and the devil's here to get the wrong doers. You know what I'm saying? Or we deal with the science of how you catch a fish when they open their mouth. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're not creating your own hell, you definitely cooperating with whoever's creating it for you. So, he also said that, whenever he was out with the guys, they was going through a lot of wars and all things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, he found himself on Rikers Island, and then, whatever he used to pull himself, from that situation to being, I think he said he was a watchmaker or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's what he ended up dealing with till he snapped out of it. But that's what happens. I seen some good brothers, right? Uh, just get messed up by being a part of bad ciphers. Like I seen ciphers where, the only person that ever knew their degrees amongst them was the youngest brother, the brother that just got the knowledge. Like these other dudes, when we all met, we all had the knowledge already. This brother right here, he just got the knowledge, but he always on point. But because he was rolling with that particular cipher, it wasn't, uh, stressing this mindset. They wasn't emphasizing. I don't know what happened to him. Just as one said, they said the magazine came from a reptile and bat. Winged reptile sounds like a dragon. They're trying to play out Revelation and don't realize what's going to be revealed is that the black man's God. I mean, that is a wow, uh, you know, two wild animals to really put together in the same. Is that a fact? Kelly Rowland, more black people voted for Trump than Hillary in the last election, and they want to change that? Nah, man. He's, he's the king, man. The king of it all. VCR. COVID, no COVID. Dead or alive. Yeah, I'm about to come off in a minute. I was born. Wait, what? Breonna Taylor's raid officer is suing the boyfriend for assault and distress? That's the first time I heard that one. I wish we had somebody who had, just off the top of my head, um, you chose to be police. You know what I'm saying? And you was wrong in your assessment. Well, I don't know, being that I don't know if they had any findings, and if those findings would stick, in terms of a civil case, did they find, in court that Breonna Taylor was a drug dealer? Like, the judge can make his own finding of fact. You know what I'm saying? I think this right here is a fact. Because then, but still, I don't know. It's a little bit out there. He can't really be doing that for the money. He's got to be doing that for, it's just some type of precedence he's trying to set or something. Maybe he get his pension back. Oh yeah, I saw that story. 793rd. That was diabolical. And that was diabolical. See, that was one of the ones that I'm talking about, where it's like, see, all the cops who was there, like you can't say none of y'all is good cops, because if you was really a good cop, you would have to have said, wait, hold on. That's not what happened. You know, I don't know how this story came about, but that's not what happened. Even if you didn't say, what the whole truth was, but that was diabolical. And I heard they beat up the mother too, bust her head open and threw her on the ground, bust her head open, uh, and they had bust the windows out of the SUV. Snatched the woman out the car, took the baby out the car, and at the time when I saw the story, it said they couldn't uh, tell you what the charges was because the charges have been, dropped by the time the story came out. The wordsmith said, out of sight of the bad stories and long-windedness, his bill was interesting. I mean, that kind of, that's kind of like saying, you know, outside of the heat, the fire was okay. The fire felt fine. Outside of the heat and the flame consuming your flesh. It was very enjoyable. Justice came in complete. God alive. Welcome to the channel, complete. Hit the like button. Everybody do the each one teach one. Hit the like button for me. Share this on your other pages, your Twitter, your Facebook for me, so that we can get the word out. You know, West Coast wise. Because we in the last days. I only got 45 more subscribers that I need until I'm at 1,000. You know what I mean? So just in case, I don't know if I get that. If I get that tonight, I'm gonna say peace. It's been real. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what he said. outside of the outside of the bad stories and the long witness, he was an interesting dude. That's we a long way. We a long way from 666. We a long way from 666 now, guys. Yeah, that was a little bit treacherous period. We had to. I mean, I don't think we missed a whole. Did we miss a whole? Did we miss a whole day? I think somebody hit me on Instagram. It was something. It was something on Instagram. Somebody told me that it was 666. Then I don't know how the word got out, and then the next thing it was 667. Yeah, he's pretty nutty, man. But if anybody got any questions, that can hit me up with those now. I'm about to uh I'm about to resign. I gotta go get some I'm about to go get me some don't tell D Christian. D Christian is not on tonight. Don't tell D Christian I'm going to get some alkaline water. I gotta get a little alkaline water. I don't know if it's work yet. The guy said it take 3 days. Let's see what happens. Slacked off from my work after I get back. And I was out there on the bar today. What pH level? I think I'm gonna go with the I think I'm gonna go with the 9.5, the essential. Well, I might go with the is Fiji. Hold on, let's Google it. Is Fiji alkaline? Oh nah. Gotta go with it. Gotta go with the good stuff. I gotta go with the I gotta go with the essential. Tales from the Hood 3. I gotta check it out. Monthly fast. Not every month, but yeah, I still do fast. You probably a little of both, Gene. You probably a little of both, Gene. Oh man. The 18th degree and the 140. What's the duty of a civilized person? Does that mean you have to teach 120? I saw a bill with Saladin and he was like, no, it doesn't mean that. Um, no, it don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Supreme, no. I mean, we we at our highest potential, our fullest potential. You know what I'm saying? The uh where we building on who's divine world manifest? Is this a world manifest? Or is this you on the wisdom build degree? That's extremely positive. But everybody, there's levels to everything, of course. You know what I'm saying? But you know, teaching somebody 120, you know what I'm saying? That's when they is they gotta accept that. You can't just give people knowledge. They gotta accept it. You know what I'm saying? So for some people, there's certain levels of civilization that you might have to teach them. Yeah, but see, civilization, right? For instance, when you're dealing with your babies, right? You living out the knowledge degree in the 1 and 10 to the fullest, but you can't even teach them 120. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, literally, I'm saying, depending on where you be at, right? Like what I'm saying is this: if you go down in the train station on Jamaica Avenue, right? That's Cipher Divine, I'm saying. And I'm not making fun right now. I'm being serious. You know what I'm saying? If you go down in the train station on Jamaica Avenue right now, the most civilization you might be able to teach some of them people is to take a bath. That might be as far as you could get some of them, to take their medication, stop wilding the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying? When they get to that point where 120 is what's best for them, then as the father of civilization who can see farther than the person that you're teaching, right? Then you will know it's that time. But everybody that made it this far though, do the each one teach one. Hit the like button. If you haven't already, share this on your pages, your Twitter and your Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, definitely pass the knowledge out continuously. That's what we're supposed to do. But in the meantime, in between time, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. But for right now, I'm gonna say peace. I'm trapped in the room, yo. It's not clicking on. I think I'm gonna have to do this the hard way.